I had a throwback. I mean, kind of throwback. I got hired to do this gig. You won't remember it because you're fossil, but do you remember Pimp My Ride on MTV?
I do remember Pimp My Ride.
You remember how big Pimp My Ride? So the shop that did all the cars, they put like fish tanks and El Caminos and whatever, freaking ice cream truck and a Lamborghini. That shop's called West Coast Customs, and they're in Burbank. So I was hired to do this gig to highlight their cars out there. Dude, it was such a throwback. I mean, they're still flourishing. Like, they had Kendrick Lamar's cars in there.
Damn. So they're still doing the damn thing.
Oh, dude, he's crushing it. They had Mark Zuckerberg's Porsche in there that he had a Panamera that they're making longer for his kids.
Yeah.
Like, they're still doing big shit.
Blue-collar millionaires. Blue-collar millionaires.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
Yeah.
Crushing it. It was just a throwback, man. Yeah, that's him.
Yep. Well, I learned that I learned that a lot of farmers have got crazy money. You got to farm country, and you'll see a cute little old couple who are making $5 million a year.
Crushing it. Yeah.
And you're like, that couple is like, yeah, they have a home in Mendocino, and
They're like, you drink milk, right?
yeah.
Yeah. It's probably from their cows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you like cheddar cheese, right? That's Mr. Cheddar. You're like, that guy?
There you go.
Driving the old F-100?
That's right.
That's cheddar.
That's cheddar.
That's cheddar.
With the dirt on his boots.
Yeah, that's cheddar.
That guy.
He's not going to show it off.
Guy goes to church on Sunday. Yeah, that'd be Mr. Cheddar.
That's
right
Mr.
there.
Cheddar.
Yeah, makes more money than you'll ever have.
Yeah. From cheese, dude.
Yeah, from cheese. Keeps it all quiet. I almost got the chance to milk a cow.
I told you. I know we talked again.
Because I saw these two guys with red beards that were growing any which way they wanted. They looked like they stepped out of the Confederate Army in 1860.
Did they have a guitar? Were they singing like that kid
64.
who came out with that slapper during the COVID?
Well,
remember that kid? What happened to him?
Which one?
Remember the kid who sang how angry he was about a dollar not going a long ways or whatever? And then he went on Rogan. Remember he like recorded this music off his Apple. It was like the biggest song ever.
Oh, I don't remember. No.
West Virginia Lows or some shit.
Yeah, with the red hair. Yeah, the ginger.
He was like, dollar. You remember?
Yep. Yeah, he became big.
But is he still doing it? I'm sure
Oliver Anthony.
I'm sure around his town.
Oliver Anthony. Yep.
He's getting sucked.
Yeah, there he is. He's got a lot of hair.
Do you want to go to American Idol or no?
That's a red beard.
I'd love to see him on American Idol.
Nah, let him just
play. And then he was mad because the right was claiming him. He's like, this ain't a right or left song. This is about America. He was like pissed off.
Yeah. West Virginia, baby. I'm back.
I think he's like touring now and just selling out everywhere.
Well, West Virginia, by the way, that's the Appalachians. That's where a lot of the Highlanders from your country, from the from Scotland and Northern Ireland, that's where they settled.
I'm not from there.
Yeah, they were a herding people, a very aggressive people.
That's also where the Hill Has Eyes took place.
Well, they were an honor culture, and you went out there, and if you were an outsider, you weren't welcome.
Rightfully so.
Violence was a hillbilly elegy that J.D. Vance wrote. He grew up in that environment.
That's right.
He grew up in that. He called his Meemaw and his Pawpaw.
Yeah, don't talk
Meemaw
about
and
that.
Pawpaw.
Yep.
And his paw and his maw.
Pawpaw.
Yeah, they were a violent group.
That guy's still doing a ton of touring, I think. He got so much pubs off that.
Yeah. Well,
Rogan the next week.
The Hatfields and the McCoys in that
still
area.
On the history of West Virginia.
Yeah, but there was a low-grade civil war between these two families, right? And they were always settling scores. And there's a famous story about the mother of one of those, the matriarch, and the son got shot in the stomach, and he was groaning in the back in the house, and she goes, "Shut up and die like a man."
Oh, that's a bad mom.
To her own, to her own son. So they were good people.
Well, remember the documentary on Netflix on West Virginia? Fantastic.
I didn't see it.
Meth, a lot of meth, a lot of missing teeth.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
The Wonderful Whites. Is it the Wonderful Whites? Is that racist or Wonderful Whites? It's wonderful to be white.
Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
That's right.
There you go.
Close.
That right there is what I'm talking about.
It's never good when they show your family tree and there's 4 mugshots.
Well, it's never good when they show your family tree and there's 6 teeth among all of them.
And grandma has pigtails. It's never.
She's not looking healthy. She is not looking healthy.
You never saw that dog? It's fantastic.
No.
It's must-see TV.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Not a healthy group.
But they're doing their thing. Entertaining.
Sure.
Dude, I went to Santa Barbara this weekend. I took the boys up there just for the fucks of it.
Uh-huh.
I could live there.
Yeah, you could, Bubba. It's where the very rich live.
I was telling Jen it's out of my tax bracket.
So I was talking to a friend who is married to he's a very
If you
wealthy.
say billionaire, I'm going to pull your teeth
Well,
out.
he's married to a very famous athlete. And
He's married to a very famous
yes, sir.
athlete?
Yes, sir. And they moved up to
Is it a gay man?
no, he's
Okay.
a stud, a great guy. But
Okay.
they moved up to Santa Barbara. On an estate there,
Montecito?
And sure, whatever it is.
Well,
overlooking
that's
the
where
water.
Ellen and Oprah live. They can live anywhere, and they live there. That's how
live
nice
there.
it is.
Well, the weather's always 75 and breezy, sir. It's always perfect there.
It was
it's
great.
it's just the streets are so.
It's a sleepy beach town.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. It's not a beach town. It's so rich there.
It's so rich. I was at a gas station and I see a guy about my age, but jacked beyond belief in a car. I think I took a picture and sent it to you because it was.
I told you what it was, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I said something to the effect of I think he recognized me, and I said, "How you doing?" I said, "Your car, my buddy's a huge car guy and everything else," and started talking, and he made all the money and bought a house there, and he said, "I said, what are you doing now?" He goes, "I went back to work." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because I live here and it's so perfect that I started getting obsessed with my landscaping."
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like there was nothing to do. Everything was so perfect
You're
every day.
looking for something.
He goes, I'm
It's not
working
the
out
weather.
too much at my age
Yep.
because I don't have anything to do. And now I'm getting mad at my landscaper because he didn't trim the hedges just so. I had to go
get
back
it.
to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
can
get it.
happen there too.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to be careful. Here's what you do to save yourself from that. And I'd never do it. You grow your own food, I guess. Right? And harvest it.
I don't think even that's kind of lame.
Even that's
I don't
after
think
a while.
That's not going to do it.
What are you going to do? Cook all the time? Make your own
No,
bread?
nothing worse when a guy gets older and just starts cooking.
And gardening.
Thinks he's a chef.
I wouldn't mind gardening and cooking. I'd go crazy.
That's how you know you're old as fuck,
Right.
dude. If you start gardening and cooking,
Yeah.
no, man.
And die in my garden picking peas.
I don't know what you do.
Where's Brian? They found him in his garden.
Well, that's like Gene Hackman. The autopsy came out. His wife died like 2 weeks before him.
Oh, the Hantavirus.
Yeah. I'm still curious how the dog died. That's weird, right?
Well, probably just dehydration and didn't get fed. It's terrible.
2 weeks though? But
Probably.
then Gene Hackman, he basically had a heart attack and fell over in the kitchen.
Oh, and he had Alzheimer's. So here's my question.
So he died a week after. So that means her body was just chilling for a hot week.
Right. So she was there. She was there in the house, and he might have not have noticed, or he didn't know what to do, or he was disoriented.
There might be. He was also 98. There's also one of those old. It could be one of those older couples. You know how everyone's in their own world. He probably thought she was reading a book for a week,
Yeah.
and then he walked in
Zena
and was like,
died of
"Hey,
dehydration and
shit!"
starvation. The dog died of dehydration and starvation.
But the other two dogs lived.
Yeah.
And did they eat the third?
Oh, I don't know.
If they're starving, it gets weird. I took Donnie on a 5-mile hike with Tiger yesterday. I thought Donnie was gonna die.
Yeah.
We had water. I was giving him water, but 5 miles for an 8-month-old pup is too far.
yeah.
Tiger's like, "Carry him." Like, nope, he needs to learn.
Yeah.
And now he just sleeps. Not he's exhausted. Exhausted,
Oh, wow.
dude.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
He's still a good guard dog.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's great.
He gets all up in our face.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just small, isn't he? He's just small.